Morning, Heather coming to you live from my dining room with tips, tricks, tools, and tactics on how to blow up your pretty on the outside life. Where am I coming from? How did I do it? What worked for me? This is what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to share you some things that I know helped me, some things that I learned along the way, and some really easy to apply things that you can do on the fly, because one of the things you might have in your pretty on the outside life is that you're really busy. You're so busy that actually some of the stuff that you want to do for yourself, it's taking like not even a back seat. It's like in a trailer, 2 cars back on another car for what you're not doing, because you're feeding other people, you're working, you're maintaining your house, and chances are your house is pretty. And the outside of you, well, the outside of you is beautiful, but you got some luggage. And somebody's oftentimes saying, outside of you, this is not you talking to you, we should get you a haircut. So I'm gonna just say, you get a haircut when you wanna get a haircut, and chances are you don't even have time. You hear that? That's trying to run me right there. That's my second in command. She's my subordinate. Darby, no. And if you can't say that to the Kim Jong in your life, like the one that tells you what you're not or what you are, Darby, knock it off now. You can use tone of voice and you can tell your bossy Doberman to knock it off, but you might not be able to tell the Kim Jong in your kitchen who you're married to, because if you said that, they would come at you like a honey badger. They would mow you down. You wouldn't even know they mowed you down, and you would be so mowed down. And chances are your kids are around and you're just like, I can't get mowed down, and I don't want the kids to see me get mowed down. This is who I'm talking to. First of all, you have to realize that the things that have gotten you here, oh look, the little quiet Doberman who was so loud a minute ago, she's just coming up to me because she wants a little ear scratch. She finally figured out she could come over to me. This is how you're going to use your power. You're going to tap back into it, and you're going to use it for you, and you're going to get your bossy little Dober dog who stands at the door and yips, and you're used to going to her. You are not going to her. She's going to come to you, and she will, because she wants her ear scratched. So there's lots of things you can do. You just have to learn how to tap back into your power. One of the powers that you have is that you're here right now, and one of the powers any good tactician uses in an op is that they have situational awareness, and it's what's keeping them alive. So they understand what's going on. They know they have tools, they know they have training, and they have something else. And what do they have? They have bravery. They have things within them. They have dominion over their own mind, and they know things, and they know them at such an automatic level that there are processes and neural grooves they can tap into, so that when it's go time, they're going, and it's fluid, and then they can adapt on the fly. So the reason I keep saying you're going to run it like an op is that you are going to tap into things, and you're going to have some things and some processes and some tools, and you're going to be able to access them, and it's going to make it easier. So that's why I'm saying this. And one of the things you know is that you're loving, and you're good, and you're great. And you know this about yourself. What you also know is that the Kim Jong in your kitchen is treating you different in public. And in public, he doesn't act like the Kim Jong or she. Okay? There's this like difference. And they flip into this other person, the one that you actually fell in love with. The one who tells you they love you, that you look nice. They give you a little squeeze. They look in your eyes. But at a certain point, you might be in a restaurant or on a plane or in somebody else's house, or you're somewhere where there's an audience, and you realize that they're saying it to you, but they're not really looking in your eyes. And they're saying it just loud enough that it can be overheard by that seat behind you on the airplane, or the person across the aisle who might see you, be watching you. And this little light bulb goes off like, holy shit, is he saying that to me? Or is he saying it over there so that those people could hear it? And then you have that, oh my gosh, he really is saying that, not to me. He's saying to look good, what I think, or I used to think he was saying to me. Ding, ding, ding goes the bell in your head. Does that sound familiar? I just want to just sit here for 1 sec, okay? And I want you to think about this. You're pretty on the outside. Life is pretty on the outside. You are beautiful, and you are beautiful on the inside and the outside. And the person that is willing to say stuff so that it can be overheard by others, and they're not really looking deeply into your eyes, or when they do it, you start to notice that they are definitely playing to a crowd. And it is not the crowd of you. It is the crowd on the side, in back, or watching you in a room full of other people. I call this dawning awareness. And once that awareness dawns, you work your hardest to actually not be aware of it. You have this thing going on. You're used to your life. You have some inertia. And the thing about inertia is that it keeps you stuck because you're in a pattern. And with that, you don't know what to do because you don't exactly have what you need to force you out of it. Dupes, knock it off. Some of the things that are going on are that you have a roof over your head. You have food. Most likely you're procuring the food and you're cooking it. Then you have friends, you have a job, you have kids, you have pets, you go on trips. You got this bossy little pet that does love the daylights out of you. So you have to look at what's going on, and then you have to realize, why is he so nice when he has an audience? And then why is he such a meanie who's really mean, and the punishment never fits the crime? And chances are you didn't even do anything, and somebody's telling you weird stuff that doesn't make sense, and it's like they're on purpose running you down. Why are they doing that? And you just think, if I could only be heard, and I'm going to go back to this. No, you can't be heard. They are running you. They are running a play on you. So when they say the meanest of mean stuff that annihilates you in the moment, it is about annihilation, obliteration by evisceration. Evisceration is disembowelment. It's a good word, and it rhymes with the other two. So just remember this. And then I want you to go out of the room where this is going on. If they're following you, saying, you, guess what? It's them. So what are you going to do? You're going to go into the bathroom. You're going to pull a little pad of sticky notes out of the vanity, out of your box of tampons, wherever you keep it. You're going to get your pen that's right in there with your tampons, because they're not going to look in there, maxi pads or something that he's not going to look in or she's not going to look in. You're going to write down what was said to you. You're going to write the date, and you're going to write the time. If you have the ability to log it in on your phone calendar, if your phone calendar will allow you to write notes, you can do this, but only if you think your phone is safe, and only if, like, say you have facial recognition on your phone and you set it down and you go to the bathroom, chances are you're Kim Jong, if you've just been on your phone, it's going to actually pick up your phone while you're in the bathroom, and they're just going to look at your shit and never tell you. So if you have facial recognition and not a code on your phone is not secure. Just put that in your head, okay? Just know that. So figure out a workaround. I like paper a lot, and I can shove it in my wallet. I could put it in the bottom of my running shoe. I could put it in the weirdest of weird ass places where only I know it is, and my kid isn't gonna find it, and my Kim Jong in my kitchen isn't gonna find it either. So for me, what I did was I started writing down what was said to me, and I put a date next to it, and then I started plotting it out on a calendar, and I could actually see it on a calendar, and then I recognized the pattern. And I realized that the things that were being said to me in my own home on the regular, or the things that were being said to the child, or the things that were being done, were super not okay. I did not have words for it. And for a long time, I accepted it as it was because he was saying, oh, I love you. But then he was saying stuff like, well, I didn't have time to get you a present. I was too busy. So I'm sorry, I don't have a Christmas present for you. But the funny part was he was going to CrossFit right next to the mall. And he was going to CrossFit for 3 hours a day, 3 times a week, right next to a mall. So just, factor that in, all right? And that is a play that is run on a person like me who they know is a gift giver. And I give really good gifts, and I think about it, and I make it look really nice. And I'm the person that would stay up all night wrapping the presents and doing Christmas, like come home, switch into this little 100 elf mode and just go fucking elf, okay? That's me. I was the elf, and I cleaned the house. I stayed up till 5 a.m. making sure the presents were wrapped. I did that shit, and I made sure there were presents. So the Kim Jong in my life, well, he made sure that there wasn't a present, and it started 8 weeks after we were married. I got married on the 8th of November, and on the 2nd of January, even though he had just come back from a trip and he was walking through SFO where there are a lot of stores and there's duty free on the plane, especially when you're coming back from Germany. On my birthday, right after I was married, I was too tired to get you a present. I literally have to look up because I am looking for the universe to give me the answer to that one. That's a real head scratcher. That literally occurred 8 weeks after we said our I do's. And there were a lot of red flags. Darb, that's not helping me. And I ignored them. Why did I ignore them? Because I just wanted to be heard, and I wanted to love him so much, and I wanted to teach him how to be a better person and lead with love. You can only lead yourself with love, Darb. Well, you can lead your dog, but sometimes you have to be a very strong leader. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a strong leader right here. Knock it off. No. And I'm gonna use a tone on her. She's the bossy little Doberman, so it might or might not work. Now I'm gonna hold this up. You're gonna hear me say it's okay a lot. It is okay. You're okay. You're here right now. It's okay. You just forgot who you were for a little bit. No big whoop. This is Erin Smith art. She's out of Decatur, Georgia. She's a one-woman powerhouse. Turned her own snarky sense of humor into a big company. You can go on her website, erinsmithart.com, and laugh your butt off. You could order her stuff, order some cards, order a calendar, order a little thingy like this. Or just go on her website, get little bits, rub them all over you, let them come into you, get your heart and brain working together, okay? You're gonna need that for your op. So here's another bit. Music! It has the power to bypass your conscious mind, and it can elevate you, and it can take you to places, goes in through your ears, and it overtakes your body. This is something that I really want you to understand you can use for yourself while you're getting strong. Today we're kicking it old school. Your assignment is to listen to the following songs, and I want you to think about them. And if you have access to a printer, print out the lyrics. You can do this. There are lyric finder websites and places you can go where you can access lyrics, and you are not doing a copyright infringement by accessing them. You can download the songs and you can make a playlist. So the songs that I want you to listen to right now, or when you can, are from 1985, The Talking Heads, And She Was. And I want you to listen really hard, because in this song they're talking about a woman getting present for herself, and she realizes it, and this is what it is. She was proud about it, no doubt about it. She isn't sure about what she's done. No time to think about what to tell him. no time to think about what she's done. And she was. And she was looking at herself, and things were looking like a movie. She had a pleasant elevation. She's moving out in all directions. So listen, the world was moving. She was right there with it, and she was. The world was moving. She was floating above it, and she was. Joining the world of missing persons, and she was. Missing enough to feel all right, and she was. So you break that down any way you want to break it down, and if you want to dance and sing to that, that would be awesome. Think about that song. All right, next song. 85, baby. Simple Minds. Alive and kicking. You turn me on, you lift me up, like the sweetest cup I'd share with you. You lift me up. Don't you ever stop, I'm here with you. Now it's all or nothing. 'Cause you say you'll follow through. You follow me and I follow you. You're gonna sing this to yourself. You're gonna love yourself, and you're gonna love yourself just like in this song. And you stay until your love is alive and kicking inside you, for you. All right, 'cause you are so beautiful, and you have untapped power, and you have wells and reserves that you don't even know about. And one of the things you have is you have light. You have dimmed it down, and you have made yourself smaller. Why have you done that? Because if you shine it up so bright, they're going to dim it for you. You've been married to a shine dimmer. You've been surrounded by some shine dimmers, and you have allowed them to make it seem like you had to dim your shine, because in many cases, if you didn't dim your shine, things were coming at you. So I want you to say this to yourself, okay? You turn me on. You lift me up like the sweetest cup I'd share with you. Okay, so you're gonna share a cup with yourself, and that's a cup of knowledge, a cup of love, and a cup of whatever fills you up. So you tap into your joy, shake your booty, move your body, get present to yourself. If you have some coping strategies that don't actually help you be present, look at those. I don't want you to excoriate yourself, okay? I don't, because that's not gonna help you. But look at what you're doing on the daily and just add in some other things that elevate you and change your state, because you're going to need to tap into that. You're going to need to do it so that you can get over the stuff in your head that's running you. And then you're going to get over the stuff that's keeping your head disconnected from your heart. Okay? They can work together. You might be kind of compartmentalized and you don't even know it. It's okay. I'm going to say that a lot, because it is, because you can get back into it. Third song. This is a great one. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Okay, it's Hadaway. Okay, 1993. Kicking it old school. I want you to tap into some Hadaway. I want you to read it. And I want you to think about what love is. And you can listen to Hadaway, and you can tap into what you think about love, and you can think about what's hurting you or what hurt is. And I really want you to get in touch with how you feel. And one of the ways you can easily do that is with music. Also, when you type in what is love, the interesting thing is, if you Wikipedia it, for example, I'm such a research nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm a hot nerd. I'm a smart nerd. I am such a nerdy nerd. Okay, but if you type in what is love, not only do you get the lyrics, but you can actually read about other songs that have the same title, and or you can read about love. And what I want you to do is reverse engineer the concept of love back into you, because you are super lovable. You're loved. You're a loving being, and you lead with love. So we're going to go back to my little mantra that has served me very well. Every day we have a choice to live in love or live in fear. I choose love. I choose myself. You start choosing yourself, and you start adapting to what's really going on around you, and you develop some situational awareness. And I want you to tap into your body. I want you to start nourishing yourself, both in your thoughts, in how you treat yourself, in taking little time for yourself. And if you can watch TV, here's a couple of other things you could do that's going to get you cranking. It's going to get the wheels turning differently. There's a show called Marcella. It's English. Marcella. It looks like Marcella, but it's pronounced Marcella. You're going to watch Marcella. Just watch that show. You're going to watch on Netflix again. I'm not getting paid by Netflix, but I feel like I've been saved by Netflix and YouTube. You're going to watch Dirty John. There's 2 different versions of the Dirty John story. Try to watch both of them. Just let them go in, use them as entertainment, but get educated by those 2 shows, because some of the things going on in your own home may allow you to relate to both Marcella and Dirty John. And you can use it to help guide you. And again, if you have a Kim Jong and they're running a play on you, one of the ways you work around it is you don't tip them off that you're getting hip to their Kim Jong-iness. So you go and you watch some Netflix. And if you can watch TV by yourself, great. And if not, that Kim Jong could be in the room and he's going to watch whatever you're watching, and he might take pot shots at it and say something annoying. But you don't even have to trip on that, because you're going to watch your show and you're going to get educated. The 3rd show I want you to watch, and you don't have to do this all at the same time, but it could help you with what you need to know how to do and what you need to be able to see. And plus you can be on your couch and you can get some energy just by resting, but getting this information going. Watch The Crown and learn how the young Queen Elizabeth stepped into a role that she was not fit for by any means. And she had to actually work with people that didn't like her, didn't think she was qualified, talking smack behind her back, and then being right to her face, referring to her as Your Majesty, all the while thinking that she's just a simpleton. She didn't have military training. She didn't have historical knowledge. She knew how to do needlepoint and play the piano or whatever. So let's just say that the young queen was handed quite a bit of responsibility. She knew she wasn't qualified for the job, and all the messaging around her was that she was not fit for the job. Yet in public, they were referring to her as Her Majesty. And people that talked smack about her were kissing her hand, okay? They were curtsying and bowing and doing all this stuff. She was still a young girl, and she did not know what she was doing, yet she had to keep her wits about her. And she did probably have a foot on the gas pedal and a foot on the brakes, and she was probably in some serious fight or flight. And you've probably been in that same position, because you have to keep your face all like looking nice. Meanwhile, shit is getting real, and you know it. And some of the shit that's getting real is the person that claims to love you is saying terrible things or doing terrible things or throwing you off your game, and you don't know why, and you keep trying to fix it. And they're doing some weird stuff. Like for me, I'd be laying in bed asleep, and he would come in the room and he would turn the lights on. And the light, because we had an old house, the switch for light all the way across the room. So why was he turning that light on? Because he couldn't even get into the bed. There was no clapper to make that go off. He would actually have to turn it off to get back into bed. What was that all about? I had some of that early on, and I had it throughout, and I had it from 99 to 2019, so I'm talking 2 decades, okay? I don't consider myself to be stupid by any means. I use humor, I love to laugh, and I'm like 10 elves in one body when it comes to getting ready for Christmas. I love holidays. I like things to be pretty. I love pretty things. I like fluffy things. I like to make jewelry. I tap into my joy. I love gardening. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Go a little bit underground in your own life. Think about what you love Do more of it. Wear things that you made. Wear colors and soft things that make you feel good. And at the end of the day, you know you're the superhero in your own life. You know that you're going to train. You're going to train. You're going to learn and you're going to learn. You're going to get your financial records together. You're going to have a P.O. box. You're going to have a bank account in your own name at a bank you don't bank at with your partner. And you're going to watch Marcella. You're going to watch Dirty John, the other Dirty John story, and The Crown. And you're going to learn from that shit while laying on your couch. All right? So love yourself, baby. Listen to some music. Move your body. Just understand that it's taken you a little bit to get off course. Not only are you going to get back on course, but you're going to be so prepared that when you do have to file for divorce, even though things are going to get real, you're going to have a basis of calm and you're going to be able to tap into that, okay? So if you think this could help you, come back, like, share, subscribe. If your phone is safe, if your computer is safe. If it's not safe to do that, I'm going to keep giving you tips, tricks, and tools. So I want you to come back, okay? And just remember, if stuff is getting really real and that person that says they love you is throwing things around, is taking all your money, is linking your money to their bank accounts so that at the press of a button, they can empty all your accounts, that is not love. If they are scaring your children, if they are scaring your pets, if they are scaring you on the regular, if they are manipulating you into thinking that you're stupid, you are so not stupid. And you're going to show them how not stupid you are, because when it comes time to be go time, you're going to know that you have to run it, and you're going to run it like an op. Go look at David Goggins. He is my hero. I forgot to mention him in my last video where I mentioned Joan of Arc, John McCain, Louise Hay, David Goggins. Go look up Goggins on YouTube. Read his books. All right. See ya.